After a day of confusion, Season 13 is finally here, January 11th. We got new Chemtech Drake, we got new Jungle Pets, we got new Tank and Mage Mythics. Where are my ADC things? REASU, Aurelion Soul CGU, new champ skins, and on top of that, the ranked season just started. And so let's get this season started. Nilah is an ADC. However, she's not like other ADCs that use guns. She's a melee champ that likes to get up close and hit you with her whip. Additional healing, shielding, and XP for you and allies to prevent them from tilting. A line attack that gives her more range on her autos and makes them hit in a cone. Makes you unable to be autoed and gives you additional magic resist and can be spread to allies. A dash that can hold 2 charges and can be combined with Q. A circle attack around Nilah that sucks enemies in and gives you and allies a shield. So at the start of this game, I end up being 1v2 for the first couple minutes. My brand is, I don't really know what he's doing. Just having some problems, I guess. He does come back, but just currently trying to just farm the best I can and not fall behind. We end up getting an early gank from Shaco. Try and get a double dash off, I get knocked up. And they all back off and we just get some summoners out of them. I see Nocturne coming down for a gank. Doesn't really do much, he just kind of wanders into the lane. Nocturne ends up trying to go for Brand, and they leave the Kai'Sa behind, which lets Shaco and me get the pick on her. And we see the Nocturne is lagging behind, so we start beating him up. He's not really able to turn the fight, he's just trying to get out, and just gets caught by the whip and dies. Off to a great start. Brand and I continue to push the lane and go for turret plating to try and further our lead. End up grabbing 2 here. I just go ahead and shove in this last wave to hit a recall. Start checking levels to see that Nocturne's level 5, which means he's gonna have 6 soon. And I start pinging it, and he actually comes standing on a ward, I guess. I end up missing a lot of things, misplaying, pressing W too early. And Nocturne ends up getting the kill on me. We continue shoving wave and poking. We start to recall and notice that they're approaching the wave again to try and get farm. I just get a nice dash off and an ult onto the Janna with the flash, and we get another kill. I see that we're doing dragon and the enemy team starts to approach the pit. We end up starting to have a bit of a team fight here. We do end up grabbing this dragon. Nocturne gets picked off real fast. I slide into their team trying to get a big ult off, end up only hitting the Janna, I think. Get the Kai'Sa, get the Janna. Wukong still be going in for it. Ends up getting our Darius. And Wukong continues trying to fight us. He's trying to get away. Tries to fake us out with his clone. Doesn't work. And we get the kill on him and the res on Darius. And that's an ace. I see Kai'Sa and bot just pushing the lane by herself. I decided to come down and pick her off real fast. Doesn't even react. So she just goes down without a fight. End up back in mid with Brand. We're trying to take out their tier 1 turret. I accidentally end up hitting Wukong with my Q, and he decides to go in on me when the tower starts targeting me and absolutely destroys me. Bran does end up fighting him some more and hits a good stun here and ends up trading me 1-for-1. Our tier 1 in mid is about to die, and Action and me are coming in here to try and protect it. I end up slipping past the enemy. Action ends up swinging in here and getting a pick on the Kaisa, who is not a champ right now. And I go in there and try and save him. I don't get the shield off on him. He dies to Zed ult, and I get the cleanup on the other two. After that fight, I continue pushing for tier 2, and Janna gets here just in time to save it. Wukong starts beating the crap out of me again. Does so much damage. End up getting knocked up. I notice I'm going to die, so I start trying to push for the Janna. Make her use her ult. Wukong is continuing to beat me up, and I end up getting this Janna here. Bran ends up walking away from me, and I end up dying, and he at least gets the trade for me. Off respawn, I rush the Dragon Pit because it's spawning in just a second, and our team ends up going in with the Shaco. He ends up getting picked. End up trying to do some damage here. Trying to get a dash off, I don't know, it's just not going. End up getting some kills, getting her brand back, get the Janna. Kaisa just walks away, she can't really do much, she's so far behind. And Darius ends up fighting this Wukong. Just barely doesn't get his ult off. And he continues to beat the crap out of me yet again. I end up doing some weird stuff here, like the dash and stuff. It ends up working out, but not the cleanest kills. From there, we end up grabbing Baron, Dragon Soul, and the... And with game 1 out of the way, game 2 would be much, much, much worse. Overall, this game, I was just a mess. I just wasn't able to perform. I just got outscaled, outranged, outmaneuvered, out anything, just completely diffed. Jhin was fed out the ass, like, just force-shotting people for half their health. Jax was fed, just doing whatever the fuck he wants, to split pushing top. And yeah, I don't know. This game was just rough. The Kindred also fed as hell. Oh my god, I hate the fucking Kindred ult. You can't stack your passive when you're in Kindred ult after they get to a certain point because you can't do damage to them anymore. So yeah, I've always had that problem against Kindred as Samira. There was just nothing that could be done. There was no coming back. So, in the end, we lost. Game 3, we're back on Nilah, and I'm not going down without a fight. I'm farming as much as I can, getting 8.1 CS a minute, getting as many kills as I can, having 63% kill participation, doing 52,000 player damage, and it just still wasn't enough. Things were not looking great. Games 4 and 5 did not go much better. So what did I do? Took a couple-day break. Came back with a fresh mind. And we start on game 6. Game 6 starts out very slow. 13 minutes of nothing, and then all of a sudden, a fight breaks out right around Dragon Pit. And watching these fights back, I'm noticing a lot of spots where I could be dashing into teammates and then to enemies. However, we still are able to pick up 2 kills here after grabbing the red buff from Lilia. My support and I are able to pick up 2 quick kills on their bot and support. We then end up going for Dragon, in which Janna steals it with a tornado somehow. And then we end up winning this next team fight, getting us another double kill. At this point, the game's pretty much over. We win a couple more team fights, and we end up pushing straight up into their base and taking the inhibitor, and we win the game. Off to a great start on a new day. Game 7 wasn't very eventful, it was just a very straightforward win for us. Thankfully, a nice clean win. Finally. I mean, last game was a win too, but all I did in this one was pretty much just focus on getting farm. I made it a goal to try and get at least 200 by 30 minutes. And in this game, I got 245 CS in 30 minutes, so above my goal. Watching these fights back though, I am noticing a lot of things where I'm not like EQing, where I could be getting kills like on that Leona when she flashed away from my E and then I Q'd. If I just EQ'd, she would have died. And also some other fights I'm noticing that I could be dashing to other people with my ult, like in this fight here. I end up doing this, a bunch of them flash out. I have a dash up, I could have caught, I think, at least one or maybe all of them in that ult. But you know, we're all just trying to improve. We got the win anyways, so let's get it. Game 8 went about as good as the other games. Just a straight stomp for the most part. Just running around collecting kills, collecting CS. Continuing to watch myself misplay, but still get out alive just because of how much damage and how fed I am. Just a lot of areas where I could be queuing in on people, or EQing in on people, and also Eing to minions instead of just players. I always just eat it of enemy players or ally players, but I could also eat the minions. I can usually start and engage with the E to a minion, but if it's in the middle of a fight and I'm already like trying to hit them, I just tunnel vision on the player when I could be going for a minion next to them and then getting to them that way just to close the distance a little bit more. And also just watching myself miss Qs on people because I'm not EQing. I'm not EQing fast enough. I'm doing E and then Q instead of EQ to where it does the additional hit while you're sliding. But in the end, still end up getting the win. And on to game 9. Game 9 had a random actually ask me what support he wanted me to have him play, and he offered Soraka, so I was like, hell yeah, choose Soraka. Soraka is so good with Nilah. The healing is out of this world. Later on, you're gonna see like some of the stupid stuff I get away with just because of how much healing the Soraka can provide me and how much healing I can give to her. In this game, I don't think I did like anything like that horrible. I was most definitely fighting a lot and trying to just get as many kills as possible without completely inting, just to try and get games to end faster, because I feel like a lot of my games end up going 30 to like 45 minutes. Oh, this is the part. The Soraka is pinging me in. Just like go ahead and fight, because she has ult, she has redemption, and she's not that far away. So I just end up starting this 1v2, get that redemption proc off, get the MF, start kiting out the Warwick, and I'm ghosted right now. And even with that flash from GP, I'm still gonna catch him. And that's basically the end of the game. The game basically just ended from there. We went to bot, pushed him through there, and took the rest of the base. So unfortunately, for game 10, I had a bit of a recording issue. The recording was just freezing a lot. I was like spending half the game trying to fix it. I did not do that well. I got carried pretty hard. I just tried my best not to completely feed. Varus is a really hard matchup. He does so much damage from so far away. And Nilah can't really compete with it, I feel. Like the gap close is just too hard. Just having a Thresh who can just peel for him really well. But yeah, I mean, our jungle, our mid Singed did really good, and our Lux just absolutely carried just carried us. And we get to see what rank we got. And we got Bronze 2. Wow! Bronze 2, 33 LP. Last season, I played a little bit over 100 games. I rarely ever play over 100 games of ranked, which is the reason why I don't climb. I just don't commit to it. But this year I'm trying to commit to it. So Bronze 2, dropping from basically Bronze 3 to Bronze 2, or Bronze 3, from Silver 3 to Bronze 2. Not that bad, honestly, for me. I'm most definitely going to be trying to hit at least Gold this year and just see where we go. And I'd just like to thank anybody who watched this entire video. It is my first one, and it took me a really long time to do, and I'm not very good at this voiceover stuff, and I'm very awkward with it, but I hope to keep doing this. I'm going to keep playing League most definitely. I'm actually trying out support Ornn right now with Radiant Virtue. That item is insane. Ornn is insane. I played him a long time ago in the jungle, but yeah, you guys will be probably seeing that sometime soon. Thank you guys again. If you did like it and want to show some kindness and encouragement, please subscribe and like. It would mean the world to me. Thank you guys. Have a good one.